On the bright Monday lunchtime of July 28, 1986, 25-year-old London estate agent Suzy Lamplugh left her office in Fulham with a simple entry in the appointments diary. 12:45, Mr. Kipper, 37 Shoralds Road. Kissed a colleague goodbye, stepped into the sunshine wearing a dark navy skirt, white blouse, and carrying a large red handbag, and was never seen again. Launching Britain's most haunting missing person case, it forced the country to confront the dangers faced by lone female workers and remains officially unsolved despite a 2025 Crown Prosecution Service review of the prime suspect. Welcome to our channel. Tonight we follow every verified step of that ordinary working day that ended in disappearance, from the last confirmed sighting to the decades of searches, false hopes, and the recent naming of convicted murderer John Cannan as the man police believe killed him, drawing only on police files, witness statements, court documents, and the latest forensic updates.
Susanna, known to everyone as Suzy, was a popular, outgoing estate agent at Sturgis & Sons on Fulham Road, celebrated for selling properties quickly and loved for her bubbly personality, captured in the now iconic photograph of her smiling beside a company for sale board. At 12:40 p.m., colleagues saw her leave the office alone in her white Ford Fiesta, registration B396TKM, to show a house in Shoralds Road, a quiet residential street in Fulham less than 10 minutes' drive away. The diary entry, Mr. Kipper, was written in her own handwriting, underlined 3 times, suggesting urgency or importance. At 12:55 p.m., a neighbor on Shoralds Road noticed a young woman matching Suzy's description, arguing with a smartly dressed man outside number 37, a property that had been empty for months. The man was heard to say, "Don't be silly," before both walked inside. Around 1:15 p.m., another resident saw a couple matching the same description laughing together on the pavement, the woman carrying a bottle of champagne, apparently celebrating a sale. By 2 p.m., Suzy had failed to return for her next appointment, and her Fiesta was found abandoned a mile away in Stevenage Road, outside a property for sale at number 123, driver door wide open, handbag missing, ignition keys gone, and the handbrake off, positioned as if she had just stepped out for a moment. Police launched an immediate search involving helicopters, dogs, and divers in the Thames, while Suzy's face appeared on milk cartons, posters, and the first-ever televised missing person appeal led by her parents, Diana and Paul.
Over the following months, anonymous calls claimed she was alive in Bristol, then Amsterdam, then dead beneath a motorway flyover, yet every lead collapsed. The investigation soon focused on the mysterious Mr. Kipper, a name police believe was a deliberate mishearing or misspelling of killer or Kippert, designed to taunt authorities. Attention turned to convicted rapist and murderer John Cannan, then 32, who had been released from a hostile prison 3 days earlier after serving 5 years for rape, and was known to use the nickname Kipper because he dressed sharply and loved Kipper ties. Witnesses placed Cannan in Fulham on July 28th, driving a dark BMW, similar to one seen speeding from Shoralds Road. A photo fit produced in 1986 bore a striking resemblance to him, and in 1987, while serving life for the murder of Bristol newlywed Shirley Banks, Cannan allegedly told a fellow inmate, "I know who killed Suzy Lamplugh. It was me," and bragged about having a little secret in London. In 2000, police excavated a field near Norton Barracks in Worcestershire, where Cannan worked as a groundsman, finding nothing.
In 2002, the Crown Prosecution Service declared there was insufficient evidence to charge him. In November 2024, after reviewing newly recovered prison cell writings and a 1986 cell site data from a 1986 pager found in Cannan's possession, the Metropolitan Police formally named John Cannan as the prime and only suspect, stating they believe he abducted and murdered Suzy and would have charged him were he still alive. Cannan died in prison on November 6, 2024, age 70, taking whatever truth he held to the grave. 4 critical failures explain why the case stayed open for 39 years. First, the crime scene, the abandoned Fiesta, was not sealed for several hours, allowing contamination. Second, CCTV did not exist in residential streets in 1986. Third, the original diary was lost by police for over a decade. And fourth, Cannan was not seriously investigated until 1989 because his prison-hostile alibi was accepted at face value.
Today, the Suzy Lamplugh Trust, founded by her mother, Diana, has trained millions in personal safety, and directly because of this case, and the term Suzy Lamplugged briefly entered police slang for being abducted while working alone. Somewhere beneath British soil, or perhaps dissolved in acid as Cannan hinted, Suzy's remains have never been found, and her family continues to hope for a final burial place. If you worked in a state agency in London in 1986, saw a dark BMW, or heard John Cannan speak about the case, contact the Metropolitan Police Cold Case Team anonymously via Crime Stoppers on 0800 555 111. Even the smallest memory could bring closure. What do you believe happened to Suzy after she walked into 37 Charles Road? Share your reasoned thoughts below, and we will pin the most compelling. Next week, we travel to Norway and the spy who burned in the ice. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and stay with us as we keep searching Europe's coldest cases. See you in the shadows.